Patients at a La Jolla hospital are spilling out into the hallways of the ER. Nurses there have been speaking out about the conditions for months.
A man police say was wanted for a separate shooting is shot and killed by police. What we know so far about the investigation.
San Diegans showing their generosity again, this time with the devastating fires in Maui. We'll show you some of the local efforts.
Harvard police unveil a new interview room at the airport for victims of human trafficking and domestic violence.
CBS 8 News Live at 6 starts right now. Overcrowding in the emergency room at UC San Diego Health's La Jolla Hospital is forcing patients to be treated in the hallways. Good evening and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Marcella Lee.
And I'm Jesse Pagan in for Carlo Giacchetto. Nurses have been protesting the conditions for months. CBS 8's David Goffredson saw the overcrowding firsthand last week when his mother was hurt and was admitted to the ER.
We want the public to know that the ER is overwhelmingly overcrowded.
My mom was one of the lucky ones. She only had to stay in the UC San Diego Health ER in La Jolla for about 6 hours. She was treated for a broken hand and abrasions after taking a nasty fall in her garden. As I sat next to my mom, I could not believe what I was seeing. Dozens of patients in gurneys and motorized chairs lining the hallway walls being treated in what amounts to a hallway ER.
99% of the time, we don't have really an open room for patients. They're going to be in the hallway, in a chair, for hours and hours.
Maria Tan is a ER nurse at UCSD Health in La Jolla. She says more than 70% of the patients on gurneys in the hallways, similar to these patients in a New York ER, are waiting for rooms to open up so they can be admitted to the hospital.
They have to wait at least 3 to 5 days to wait for a room.
In the hallway?
Yes.
Back in March, nurses at the hospital held a picket outside UC San Diego Health La Jolla to protest hallways being used to treat as many as 75 patients. The nurses also have privacy concerns.
Sick and vulnerable patients are forced to discuss intimate health details with us, with strangers able to overhear.
The hospital has been using a tent for overflow, which can hold about 12 patients. As you can see, my mom was sitting in space Q2 in the hallway ER, with letters and numbers posted every few feet all along the walls. UCSD emailed me a statement saying, in part, UC San Diego Health is currently experiencing unprecedented demand for its medical and surgical care, a need which is outpacing available hospital beds. The impact is most visible in our emergency departments. Temporary use of overflow areas and periodic ambulance diversion are also being used when necessary. One of the most concerning things is this seems to be standard operating procedure. Those nurses were picketing 5 months ago and the hallway ER is still overcrowded. In La Jolla, David Goffredson, CBS 8.
Thanks, David. UC San Diego Health reminds patients to only use the ER for life-threatening emergencies or illnesses that require immediate attention. They also encourage the use of urgent care and doctor video visits.
A Camp Pendleton Marine accused of sexually assaulting a 14-year-old girl after she went missing is facing multiple charges tonight. Camp Pendleton officials released a criminal complaint today with the charges. They include 3 counts of sexual assault and 2 charges of violating liberty restrictions. The teen was found on base on June 28th. She'd been missing for 2 weeks. Her family believes she was sex trafficked and sold to the Marine. The Marine is set to be in court tomorrow at Camp Pendleton. The sheriff's bomb arson unit says it needs help finding 3 young arson suspects after a brush fire in Fallbrook last month. Investigators say it happened July 12th on Green Canyon Road near Winter Haven Road. They say surveillance video shows a white 1999 Toyota 4Runner off-roading in the area and 3 teens setting off a firework just before the fire started. Fire crews were on it quickly and it was contained to less than an acre. The damage is estimated at around $30,000. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 888-580-8477. It's been hot in parts of the county this week, but soon that may all go away.
CBS 8 Chief Meteorologist Carlene Chavis joins us now to explain why.
Yeah, rain.
Okay, well, we welcome that.
It's going to be a lot of rain, though, so that's just something to keep in mind. Right now, we are dealing with monsoonal moisture that's across the mountains, and so that's why we've been seeing those alerts going out when it comes to flash flood warnings or getting them on your phone. You're seeing the ticker on the television. It's pinpointing mainly across the mountains, so we did have 2 areas of interest earlier. When we take a look at our current temperatures, you got the heat that is going with 90s right now for El Cajon, the same for Ramona, as well as Alpine and Hamul, still with a triple-digit heat across the desert. We have a heat advisory that will continue all the way until 8 p.m. on Thursday night. The same with the excessive heat warning that is now in effect. It went into effect this morning across the desert. Daytime highs between 110 to 115. This is the view looking out basically towards the north from Palomar Mountain, and that's where the one cell that we had earlier. We're still dealing with some heavy rainfall that's on the ground, and that is because of that storm system that moved through that cell more so than anything else. And so we're still looking at a flash flood warning that's going to go all the way until 8 p.m. It's lifting towards the north, but as mentioned, rain is in our forecast and more widespread coverage. Across the county we go by Sunday and Monday. Chances will start to increase even with those by Saturday. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the latest when it comes to tropical moisture in store for us by this weekend, and also a lot of concerns when it does come to that too. So all those details are coming up. Marcella, Jesse.
Thanks, Carlene. We'll see you soon. Tonight, we're learning the man San Diego police officers shot and killed last night in the College area was linked to the killing of a police dog earlier this month.
We first brought you the story last night as breaking news during the 10 o'clock news on the CW San Diego. CBS 8's Rocio de la Fe is live in the College area tonight with what else we're learning today. Rocio?
Well, we're learning the person who was shot dead by police officers last night was tied to a separate shooting that happened earlier this month in Claremont, in which a police canine was killed.
Cell phone video taken by a witness shows the moment San Diego police were called to this apartment complex on El Cajon Boulevard.
It's scary, yeah, because I live in there, and then it's scary and feels unsafe.
In the video, you can hear gunshots go off. We're told it all started when San Diego police were serving a search warrant at the complex for a person of interest in a separate shooting that happened 2 weeks ago. Police say the man came out with a handgun.
They gave him warnings, gave him commands. He put the gun down to the ground. SDPD gave him further commands to move away from the gun.
But at some point, investigators say the man lunged for the gun. An officer opened fire. The man who was killed is believed to have been the second suspect police say was involved in a road rage shooting earlier this month. That shooting ended with the first suspect killing Canine Sir before officers killed him.
He was the outstanding suspect who appeared to be driving the Tesla involved in a crime that happened over on Bend Street.
A little bit of good news here is that none of the officers, as well as anyone inside the apartment complex at the time of the shooting last night, were injured. Back to you.
Lucio, do we know who any of the suspects are at this point?
Well, at this time, Jesse, the only thing we do know for sure is that detectives are still waiting to notify next of kin so that they're able to release any of that information. Rocio de la Fe, CBS 8.
Thank you, Rocio.
Tonight, people living in Maui are returning home to take stock of the damage from last week's wildfires. Hawaii's governor opened a main road into West Maui today for residents, first responders, and employees. 110 people have died in the fires, that death toll rising in just the last couple hours, with many victims still not identified. Right now, rescue crews are still searching for hundreds of people who are still missing. Donations are pouring in from all over to help people impacted by the fires. Many of those donations are coming from right here in San Diego. Several local businesses have pledged to donate a portion of their sales to help fire victims. CBS 8's Steve Price talked to some of the organizers about why these fundraisers are so important to them.
Once again, San Diegans are answering the call for help, this time with the devastating fires in Maui. There are so many local connections, like Costera Restaurant, owned by Cone Restaurant Group, which is based here in San Diego, but they have 2 restaurants in Maui. They are among those raising thousands of dollars for those who need it most.
Let's go!
A fire 2,500 miles away. but it hit very close to home for many here in San Diego.
It was devastating at the beginning when we couldn't locate all of our employees and get in touch with everybody.
Jeff Pitroff says around 24 of their employees lost their homes, so Cone Restaurant Group set up a GoFundMe with a promise to match all donations received up to $100,000. The money will go directly to their affected employees.
This fundraiser is to raise money for them for survival, so that they can, put food and clothing on their backs, which is super important right now when they've lost everything.
And they're not alone. Jimmy's Famous American Tavern is donating 10% of their sales tonight and the next 2 Wednesdays to the GoFundMe for a firefighter in Lahaina who lost his home. Cafe Luna is donating 25% of their sales tomorrow to the Maui Food Bank. Small businesses stepping up big, and customers across San Diego gladly helping out.
So many people have been to Maui that it holds a super special place in their heart, whether it was a wedding or a family reunion or just a fun-filled vacation. These memories for everybody are really spectacular.
Harrah's Resort Southern California is holding multiple fundraisers over the next couple of weeks, also to benefit the Maui Food Bank. And the San Diego Police Officers Association is collecting money to help police officers in Maui.
10 officers who work for Maui PD lost their homes, destroyed in the Lahaina fire while they were working.
Fortunately, the 2 Cone restaurants, Castaway Cafe and Plantation House, didn't suffer any structural damage, so the employees have jobs to return to. In fact, the kitchen at Plantation House is very busy right now. They just put together 2,500 meals that they donated to families who lost their homes. Steve Price, CBS 8.
Thanks, Steve. And if you would like to help Maui, here's how you can. The Red Cross says the best way to help people on the island is to donate. You can make a $10 donation by texting the word Red Cross to 90999. You can also donate to these other organizations that you see on our screen: Maui Strong Fund, Maui Food Bank, and the Maui Humane Society online.
Stay with CBS 8 for the latest on the wildfires in Hawaii and how to help. We'll have any updates posted on CBS8.com. You can also follow us on social media or download the CBS 8 app. Still ahead on CBS 8 News Live at 6, farmers in North County are pushing back in a battle for affordable water.
Plus, we get a look at a new room at the San Diego International Airport designed to help trafficking victims feel safer.
And California says it's sending help to Oregon as the state deals with multiple wildfires of its own.